So, do you have an international flight coming up and you're trying to figure out how you're going to make it through this long flight? Don't worry, I got you. This video is going to have the top 15 long flight travel hacks. So, let's get into it. Hey, what's up? I'm Rasha and welcome to iAMERICA. Thank you for clicking on this channel. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you comment down below. All this really helps my channel grow and it really does support me, so thank you in advance. So let's get right into the top hacks so you can make it through your long flight. So tip number 1 is to sign up for TSA PreCheck and global entry. It definitely cuts down some time. So it cuts down some time when you're going to different countries, and it also cuts down some time in security. So it definitely might be something that you want to check out. Now, next tip is to make sure that you are not in your cutest clothes ever. This is not the time where you wear those tight jeans that you've been working so hard for because you're about to get off the plane and go see your man or whatever. No, this is not that time. You do not, like, you know, when you're just going on like a little hour flight or whatever, you get dressed up, you do your makeup, you look all nice or whatever, because you know when you're going to land, it's going to be over for everybody, that you're coming to shut the city down. When you take these long flights, no, this is not the time for that. If you need to do your makeup because you have an event or something to go to right after you get off the plane, take your makeup with you in your carry-on and do your makeup right before the flight ends. Don't go with a full beat on. Don't go with your tight jeans and things. You want to go with like sweats and stuff because it makes it as comfortable as possible. And trust me, it's going to get cramped. And who wants to like sleep in jeans? Like, I don't know if you do that. That's kind of weird. Comment down below if you do that. Next, make sure that you have an eye mask and you bring socks. The plane can get really cold and you never know what's the, like, if the person's in the window seat's gonna want to have the window open and it's daylight outside or what, or if they want to have their reading light on. So you want to have an eye mask. Some companies, they actually hand out eye masks. Like I know when I flew to London on Delta, they gave us eye masks. But it doesn't hurt to have your own, and they're only like $1 or so. So just make sure you bring one. And then your socks, they keep you comfy and warm because it can get really cold, especially on longer flights. To keep things warm, we're gonna say make sure you bring your own blanket. Some airlines do hand out blankets on flights, or if you ask for a blanket, they will give you a blanket. However, airplane blankets are not the cleanest blankets. The only time I would suggest using an airplane blanket is if you can open it fresh up out the pack. So if they're just handing you a blanket, then they don't wash those as frequently as you think. So I would stay away from airplane blankets and I would just bring your own blanket. So like when I went to London and Madrid, which if you haven't seen those vlogs, make sure you check up the cards above. But when I went, I took my own Georgia State blanket and I knew that not too many people in London were going to be walking around with a Georgia State blanket. So I knew it was mine and it was just great. Make sure that you are super nice to your flight attendants, especially on those longer flights. So when you're going on a long flight, you're going to be with these people in the air for about maybe 9 hours on average. You want to make sure that you become their friend. So I would say either give them like a monetary tip or like just pack them like little gift cards or bring them little candy or whatever and say thank you for taking care of us before the flight gets started or whatever. And typically, if you're nice to your flight attendants and you give them like little gifts or whatever, guess what? They will treat you like royalty. And if they have any extra room or any extra seats, you're the first person they're coming to because they don't get tipped often. And so when they are tipped, they love it and they want to share the favor, you know? So make sure that you are treating your flight attendant like the queen or king that he or she is. Okay, so the next tip is all about window seats. Window seats are literally the best when you are flying long haul because you can get to see the views and you can lean up against the window and things like that. However, if you are a water drinker or a drink drinker period, or you are just like a bathroom runner, don't do it. Do not do it. Avoid the window seat at all costs. If you know that you're only going to go to the bathroom maybe once on your 9-hour flight or so, which is kind of hard, but it's definitely possible. People have definitely done it. I think I went twice on my flight and I had the window seat. Then stick to the window seat. But if you have to go often, people are going to hate you by the end, and people will just tell you like, no, hey, you sit over here because you have to go to the bathroom, and I keep having to wake up so that you can go to the bathroom. And it's just uncomfortable, and it's an uncomfortable conversation to have. Now you're on the flight and you're hungry and lunch isn't coming around for the next hour or two. Well, the next tip is to bring snacks. Bringing snacks on your long haul flights are the best. Bring like trail mix or something, chips, anything that you love. Now, here's the hack about it though. If you're gonna bring snacks, pack your snacks inside of your water bottle. So now that's saving space in your carry-on, because now you're only packing your water bottle. And it's just easy to assess on the plane, so you don't have the whole bunch of trash. So you don't have a chip bag, a trail mix bag, a cookie wrapper. Everything's in your water bottle. And you can just pull it out one at a time or whatever. And then also, that allows you to be able to fill up your water bottle, or letting your flight attendant fill up your water bottle, so you won't have to keep asking for drinks and waiting for the people to come around to bring you drinks. Because you know when you're on a plane, they only give you drinks that are like this big. So on the same wave, this tip is for my tea drinkers. If you are a tea drinker, bring your own tea bags. So, you know, liquids aren't allowed through security. However, you can bring tea bags, and you can bring mugs, and you can make your own tea. Or you can just bring a tea bag and ask for the cups for hot water. So they have the like styrofoam cups or whatever that they use for coffee, and they'll be no problem with giving you a cup of hot water, and you can make your own tea. So if you're one of those people that every day in your morning routine you like to drink that morning cup of tea, then ask for a cup of hot water and bring your own tea bags. If you like Earl Grey with a hint of orange twist, and that's what's in your tea bag, and you know they don't have that on your flight, bring your own tea bag. It saves you so much money, and it doesn't make you deviate from your morning routine. So if you forget to bring your headphones, which actually happens a lot, ask of your flight attendant. Some airlines have headphones on flight that they'll be able to give you actually for free. And people don't utilize them because they don't know, so they just go the whole 9 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours in silence. No. If you forget to bring your headphones, ask your flight attendant. And also, if you forget them and you realize in the airport, go up to your counter and ask, do they have extra headphones? Do they have headphones to pay for? Or do they have free headphones that they can give to you? And if they don't, then guess what? Now you're still in the airport, so you still have time to buy headphones. But typically, if you buy on the outside of the airport and you don't get it from your airline, they're like $13 for like Dollar Tree quality. You know, not the best. Electronics are your friends, and so are your chargers. A lot of people will put their electronics and their different chargers inside of their checked bags and not bring them on the flight. No, you need them. You will get bored on this flight, and so you need to make sure you have all the electronics that you have. And newer planes actually have charger ports for you to charge your phones, your iPads, and things like that. And some even have ports for you to be able to charge your laptop. And sometimes you can ask your flight attendant if they have adapters so that you can charge your laptop. So don't miss out on that option. Bring your electronics. What do you do with them? You don't want to pay for the expensive Wi-Fi? Download all your music, your podcasts, your books, your Netflix shows and things. Download them before. So if you have a Netflix account, you can actually download movies and things in advance. So download them at home for free, and then you can watch them. You can like binge a whole series on Netflix during some long haul flight. Also, if you're on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, you can listen to downloaded music offline, so you won't have to go silent the whole flight. So on the same wave as entertainment, check with your airline and see if they offer any type of entertainment app. So for instance, like I know Southwest, they have an app that's like AirPlay or something like that, where it offers free movies and TV shows for you during your flight. And that's for international flights and for domestic flights. So check out and see if your airline has an app for you that you can see what they have to offer. My next tip is to get up and move. A lot of people are typically scared or nervous about getting up and moving on the flight, or they only want to go to the bathroom once or whatever like that. But no, it is okay. Sometimes you have to stretch your legs and you're just going to get really uncomfortable just sitting in the same position doing nothing for hours. Get up and move. Walk around your cabin, go to the bathroom, come back, walk up and down the aisle. Like, don't do like a whole marathon or anything, but stretch your legs out, do a little yawn, do a little yoga pose or whatever real quick in the aisle, and nobody's gonna be looking at you crazy. Half of them are gonna be asleep anyway. So get up and move and get that blood flowing, because you will get uncomfortable really quickly if you don't. So you're off the flight and you've been on this flight all day. What's next? Make sure you have a little bag of like little toiletries or things. So maybe like a toothbrush and some toothpaste, or maybe one of those like throwaway toothbrushes that have the toothpaste already made inside of them or something like that, just so you can freshen up right when you get out. But what's really important is having deodorant wipes. You've been on this plane all day. It's like you've been in the same clothes and things like that. You want to take some deodorant wipes out of your carry-on bag, go to the bathroom, and in the stall, just wipe your body down. Wipe off your arms, wipe under your arms, wipe your legs and things like that, so you won't be like sweaty or sticky or anything like that. Smell like you rolled fresh out of bed. And also, what's a really great tip that goes a long way, if you can get like a mini mouthwash or something, or like the mouthwash gum balls things that you can just pop in your mouth and like swish it around and it turns into mouthwash, definitely do it, so that when you're interacting with like your taxi or your Uber or whatever you're in to go from here to there, they're not smelling that morning breath, since you weren't able to get your like toothbrush on or whatever. So definitely try it out, and that also works with even gum. And the next tip is to make sure that you take a picture of your luggage. So you make it to your destination and you're looking for your bag at baggage claim, and oh my God, it is not there. What do? Make sure that you take a picture of your luggage, so that if anything happens, if your bag is delayed, if it's lost or whatever, you have a picture saying, this is what my luggage looks like, and you can show it to anybody. And with that, you want to make sure that you have a luggage tag on your luggage, so that if it is found, they know how to contact you. It just helps, it backlogs everything. So make sure you take a picture of your luggage. When you're doing international flights, it can be really easy to lose things. So that's all the tips that I have for your long haul flight. You'll be okay. You'll make it through. I promise. It all makes sense in the end. It's all worth it. And it's really not that bad as it sounds. It might get a little boring, but if you get bored, just go to sleep. Catch up on that sleep, because you are going to be jet lagged 9 times out of 10 when you get off the plane. But that's all I got. I'm Erica Rasha. This is iAMERICA. Make sure you subscribe. Turn your post notifications on so that you can get notified when I post. Yeah, that's all I got. This is Erica Rasha saying bye. Cut that part out, Erica. Just cut that part out.
Open up, you O.P.E.N. Bitch, you won't be BM. We should be closer than friends.